item.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's a real honour to serve under your chairship, Mr. Dowd. And can I take this opportunity actually to thank Mr. Osborne to bring this petition to the House, allowing us to debate this in the respectful manner that it has been done. So for that, I'd like to put that on the record to thank you. And I'd also like to thank the Honourable Member for Sutherland and Easter Ross in the manner in which he set out this debate in a compassionate way, and I hope to follow in suit. Chair, let me begin by saying, as has been articulated already there, but we are a nation of animal lovers. In fact, in the words of Immanuel Kant, we can judge the heart of a man in his treatment of animals. But to truly protect animals, we must look at their entire lives and not just their final moments. Many animals endure terrible suffering in the food system, from the farm to the fork. Chickens in battery cages, pigs exposed to CO2 gases, and cattle transported for hours in cramped conditions. Yet debates like this often focus narrowly on the method of death, and even more narrowly, occasionally, on religious slaughter. So let's look at the fact. Yes, scientific studies, including those from the European Food Safety Authority and Massey University in New Zealand, suggest that methods like kosher and non-stun halal slaughter may cause more pain than pre-stunning. But even scientists concede that pain can only be inferred, not definitively measured, through behaviour and EEG data. So meanwhile, pre-stunning methods are far from perfect. Everybody would agree with that. In the commonly used penetrative captive bolt method, as has been mentioned, a 7 to 11 centimetre bolt is fired into the animal's brain. Yet the EFSA found that 4% of cattle are not rendered unconscious after that bolt of electricity at the first attempt. And the non-penetrative method, where the bolt strikes but doesn't penetrate the skull, has a failure rate of up to 30% of animals, which causes skull fractures and distress. Electrical stunning, often used in poultry, involves passing high voltage current through the brain. But if done incorrectly, the animal remains fully conscious while it's happening. So let's be honest. No method is entirely pain-free. The idea that one is humane and the other is completely barbaric really, when you look at it under scrutiny, does not hold. And whilst we're on the subject of fairness, we must talk about human rights, as has been mentioned by honourable members before. The Human Rights Act of 1989, Article 9, protects freedom of thought, freedom of belief and freedom of religion, including the right to eat in accordance with those beliefs. UK laws reflect this. Religious slaughter is legal as long as it is regulated by licensed slaughterhouses and under the Food Standards Agency oversight. Furthermore, as has been mentioned, it is worth pointing out that 88% of halal meat in the UK is already pre-stunned. And in fact, just over 2.5% of the 1 billion animals that are slaughtered annually are processed using non-stun halal methods. What is more, I am of firm conviction that many Muslim communities, I may not be able to speak about the Jewish communities, support clear, accurate labelling. So those who do not wish to eat religiously slaughtered meat have the freedom to choose. This isn't about hiding anything, it's about respect and choice for all. So why does this issue keep returning to the political spotlight? Frankly, we must ask if it is being used as a dog whistle. And I exclude the people who may have brought this petition today, but stirring suspicion and division under the guise of concerns for animals, especially when MPs table 12 questions about halal, only one about kosher, and absolutely none about CO2 gassing of pigs or factory farming. It does send a message, either consciously or not, that this is about faith, possibly, not about welfare. So if we are genuinely committed to animal welfare, then let's raise the standards across the board for how animals are raised, transported and treated, not just how they die. Let's tackle intensive farming and intensive factory farming and support improved enforcement, CCTVs in slaughterhouses and transparency in all meat production, including the food we import like foie gras, the diseased liver of force-fed ducks and geese. How inhumane is that? So let's build a system rooted in science, compassion and dignity, for all animals and for the people of this country. Thank you.